I'm just out on the streets and I happen to come across a fan. Hey there, Mr. Zombie, do you have anything to say to the audience? Yeah, you should totally go subscribe to the channel. Like and comment and all that cool shit. Oh, thanks for the interview.
Yay!
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. I'm Sebastian Volkov. Let's talk about Varlet, or Varlet. I don't know how the fuck you pronounce it. By FuRyu. Very, very obviously heavily inspired by the Persona series. Especially Persona 4 from what I can see of it. Trust me, I own every goddamn Shin Megami Tensei and Persona games that was ever released in North America. So, I would know. The game in itself took me approximately 12 hours to complete from beginning to end. And extra end, because after the credits there is another whole ass chapter there. Let's get into the bad stuff. Bad stuff. Number 1. The game has no equipment system. You will acquire copious, vast amounts of money throughout the game, and only be able to spend it on restorative items, which there are approximately 10 of, like, maybe 5 HP restoratives, 1 status effect restorative, and 2 to 3 revival ones. I can't remember which. That's it. You have nothing else to spend your money on. I had approximately 500,000 extra game token monies by the end of the game that I hadn't used, and I had really rarely bought anything. And I didn't even need to then, because I had copious amounts of restoratives in my inventory that I rarely ever used, because I only had 1 character need revived the entire time, and I used a spell to do that. That was my mistake. I wasn't paying attention. Bringing us on to bad thing number 2. The game is too fucking easy. Like, it's just, you coast right through it. Bosses aren't difficult. Standard enemies aren't difficult. It is what it is. I can only assume that you're meant to just primarily enjoy the story while having some fun with combat, because I'll get into that later. Next bad thing on the list is there's no real slice of life kind of stuff in the game. Yes, you have a little kind of dating mechanic or bond mechanic like you do in most other Persona games, to where you'll go out on periodic dates with your chosen person, whoever the hell it is, and choose whether or not to pursue a romantic relationship with them, which gets you 1 extra little section in their thing. Which brings us to the skill tree. Yes, the game has skill tree, so this is kind of a 50-50 good thing, bad thing kind of shit. Every character has a skill tree. Just like the Persona games, everyone but your main character has 1 persona kind of thing, or liberator, as they call it, except for your protagonist, who has a liberator and a dictator form, which also have their own independent skill trees. You get skill points not by leveling up, not by completing tasks, but by going out on your little rendezvous with your friends and or lover of choice, what the fuck ever, which grants you X amount of SP to your main character's both skill trees and that particular character. Next bad thing, which correlates with that. There are not enough dating events that you can go to, like days that you can take people out. You can max out 3 people. Yeah, you can max out approximately 3 people in total by the end of the game. The game even gives you a warning when you acquire your very last person that you can actually go out on events with, saying you have 9 event days left that you can go out on if you want to max out this character's skill tree and events. Fucking do it now, because this is all you got. Go after him now. But in that same line, the skill tree, you cannot acquire all skills. You can acquire approximately 80% of it, which is the second trophy based on skill trees per characters. 50% of skills acquired, 80% of skills acquired. That's it. So you're left with, I think, 2 skills per skill tree that you can't acquire. But you can respec at any time for free, literally any time for free, and reallocate your SP wherever the fuck you want to. So it's not going to be a big bitch if you want to try out another skill or skill boost, because it doesn't actually really provide you with a new skill. Mainly like health, defense, and attack buffs and or increases, and then little enhancements to skills that you've already acquired. And if you've not already acquired them, they will have a lock on them and you will not be able to proceed. So if you do like me and you become infatuated with fucking Emma, who you get at the dead ass end of the game almost, one of her skills requires you getting her up to like level 45 or 46 before it unlocks, and it's set like in the first 30% of her skill tree. So you can't even proceed past that until you actually grind and level her up to that point. Fun. But you get that skill and then you can just go ahead and pretty much everything else. Moving on. The actual life kind of stuff you can do, unlike Persona, where you have, pretty big towns and areas and shit that you can go and explore. You have your little, like, square area kind of deal of the high school, in which you have general education, the arts people, and the advanced classes. You can go into their little garden kind of areas, plus the center square, and like a little hallway of each. Very limited interactions. There is kind of thing that you do, which provides very little to you aside from money in the grand scheme of things, as like a kind of like a little club quest or what the fuck ever with your group. Nothing big. You can get into random fights and find missing little items and put up AR flyers and some other goofy shit that doesn't really matter. That's about it. So on to the good things. On to the pros. I played the trial before I bought the game. Yes, I shelled out $60 myself for the game. I was pretty enamored with the game upon playing the trial. I almost made it to the first boss in the 2-hour trial period, and I ended up buying the game. I had to. It reminded me too much of Persona. I had to do it because I'm a Persona junkie. But the story is fucking amazing. Loved it. Could not be happier with the story. Really could not. It was A-tier greatness all the way. The combat was actually pretty fun, although, as I said, the game is easy. It had interesting combat mechanics. There's no MP system. It's just your little ATB kind of thing a lot of us are used to, like up here on the side of the screen. You've got blank space, blank space, blank space, some characters, order, turn, blank space, character, whatever. A lot of it's based on that and what order your attack's going to be in. Whatever skill it may be requires you to wait a little bit longer. There are some skills, which I've only noticed a few of the characters having, which require you to use HP to use them. Not a big deal though. They may take a lot of fucking HP to use, but as long as you put a certain person in your party and get her 1 HP healing skill up to where it heals everybody at once, you can just spam that every turn and just go fucking wild. And you don't have to worry about it. You'll deal constant, copious amounts of damage to everything and be healed all the time. The characters are really interesting. Characters are really fun, quirky. The game itself was overall really fucking enjoyable. I would say without a shadow of a doubt that I would pay the $60 for it again. I have no problem with that. It was fun. It was a micro Persona, something to kind of wet your beak a little bit with until we get a new game from Atlas and the Persona team. Who the hell knows when that'll be, though, because few and far between. We're more getting remakes or ports or whatever stupid shit than the actual full games at this point. Getting too many of them. I own too many versions of Persona 4 and Persona 5 at this point. There's just no need for that many variants of the same exact thing. Anyway, Varlet, 7.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that cool shit, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. I'm just out on the streets and I happen to come across a fan. Hey there, Mr. Zombie, do you have anything to say to the audience? Yeah, you should totally go subscribe to the channel. Like and comment and all that cool shit. Oh, thanks for the interview. Yay!